Let's see what we are going to learn today. We are going to learn today something about production overheads and administration overheads. Now tell me, what is the building associated to production overheads? What do we call that building?
Factory.
Yes, we call it as factory building. And for administration overheads, what will be the building called?
Office.
Yes, you can either call it office or you can call it as an administration building. Okay. You can see now I have written here indirect, indirect, indirect. Why I have written indirect everywhere in production overheads? What is the reason of writing indirect everywhere?
All the things are related indirectly.
Yes. Because overheads is itself an indirect cost, na? Is overheads a direct cost?
Indirect cost.
So then everything will be indirect only, na? So even if I write material, labor and expenses, it is enough. Okay. Just to clarify, I have written it as indirect. So if any indirect material is used or indirect labor is used or indirect expenses are incurred, in the where are these expenditure incurred? In the factory building. Okay, incurred in factory. This expenditure we will call as production overheads. After this, accountant salary, legal expenses, audit fees. Now tell me, what is the qualification of the accountant?
CA.
No, this is not the CA accountant. It is either a BCom student or a MCom student. If the operations are very large, then they will hire someone who is a CA or a CS or a CMA. Then what is the qualification of legal expenses?
Lawyer.
Yes, he must have done LLB, he must be advocate and all. Then audit fees. Who can do audit of a company?
CA.
CA
Yes,
account.
it is mostly CA. You can also say that it is a CMA. Okay, he can either be a CA or a CMA. Now tell me, is cost sheet required to be prepared by all the companies in India? Is it necessary?
Yes.
Okay, all the companies in India are not required to prepare cost sheet. Only selected companies in India are required to prepare a cost sheet. Now, how we will understand who is required and who is not required to prepare the cost sheet? You have to refer. What you have to refer? Companies Act Yes, what is the year of Companies Act?
1932.
Yes,
Sorry.
it is 2013. So if you refer
Hmm.
Companies Act 2013, they have given the rules that what are the companies to which cost audit or is applicable, who are supposed to maintain cost records, who are supposed to do cost accounting and all. Okay. Once again, all the companies are not required to prepare cost sheet and maintain cost records. Only the companies which are selected and specified by Companies Act 2013, only those are required to maintain cost records. Okay. So this is what I have told you about audit fees. That is the reason compulsory audit is required by these companies. Who is saying that it is compulsory required? It is Companies Act 2013 who is saying that audit is compulsory. That is why it is done by CA or a CF. Okay. All this expenditure is incurred in directing the company. Now tell me, if there is a fraud in the company, who will report that fraud?
Hmm.
If someone is stealing money from the company, or someone is embezzling the assets, or someone is doing some fraud, like Vijay Mallya or who is that other guy?
Modi. Nirav Modi.
Yes, Nirav Modi. Who will report that fraud? Will it be someone from the factory building? Yes. Will someone from the factory building report that? Or
No.
will it be someone from the administration building?
Administration building.
Sir. Building.
That is why we are saying that it is incurred in directing the company. Because the people working in factory building, they are basically who? They are workers, or you can say laborers, manual labor. What is the qualification of these people? It can be anything. There is no specific requirement. Okay, I will just write here infinity. It can be anything. So you have to understand what is the nature of the overhead, what are the functions that are performed by the people who are working in the administration building or the factory building and all. I hope you have understood. If you have any question and all, ask me directly. Okay, no problem. After this,
सर ऐका ना,
बोलो.
मग तुम्ही ते बदललं का? ते जरा मागची स्लाइड घ्या ना, जरा बघू ना. मग त्यात आता मला एक सांगा, अकाउंटिंग सॅलरी आहे ना, तेच ते काय असतं मग? ते ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ओव्हरहेड मध्ये काय, म्हणजे काय करतं, काय म्हणजे त्याचं काम काय नक्की, काय करतं, काय ते कशासाठी असतं?
अकाउंटंट आपण त्याच्यासाठी बसवतो कंपनीमध्ये.
आपलं सगळं अकाउंट नाही का, कंपनीचं पूर्ण अकाउंट असतं ना, ते सांभाळण्यासाठी.
हो, म्हणजेच काय तर ते कॉस्ट रेकॉर्ड मेंटेन करण्यासाठी. ठीक आहे. आता हे कॉस्ट रेकॉर्ड तू फॅक्टरी बिल्डिंग मध्ये ठेवणार का? आपण हे ठेवणार कुठे? ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बिल्डिंग मध्ये किंवा ऑफिस मध्ये ठेवणार. ठीक आहे. तर आपण काय केलंय, आता हे जे आहेत प्रोडक्शन ओव्हरहेड्स, हे म्हणजे काय तर फक्त प्रोडक्शनशी रिलेटेड जे इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेन्सेस आहेत, आपण त्यांना म्हणायचं की प्रोडक्शन ओव्हरहेड्स आहेत. जसं की इनडायरेक्ट मटेरियल, लेबर, एक्सपेन्सेस, हे मोस्टली कुठे इन्कर केले जातात? तर फॅक्टरीमध्ये इन्कर केले जातात. तर आपण हे सगळ्या एक्सपेन्सेसला कुठे टाकायचंय? तर या हेड खाली टाकायचंय, प्रोडक्शन ओव्हरहेड्स. ठीक आहे. आता हा अकाउंटंटला आपण पगार दिलाय, किंवा आपण लॉयर कन्सल्ट केलाय, त्याला लिगल एक्सपेन्सेस दिले, किंवा आपण जे कंपनी ऍक्टने सांगितले ऑडिट करून घ्यायचंय, त्याची ऑडिट फीस दिली. हा सगळा जो खर्च आहे, आता हा आपण फॅक्टरी ओव्हरहेड मध्ये टाकू शकतो का? प्रोडक्शन ओव्हरहेड मध्ये टाकू शकतो खर्च? हा नाही. तर आपण ह्याच्यासाठी एक स्पेसिफिक हेडिंग बनवली आहे, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ओव्हरहेड्स. ठीक आहे. हा जो काही खर्च आहे, आपण याचं ग्रुपिंग करणार आहे कुठल्या हेड मध्ये? ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ओव्हरहेड. आता हे फंक्शनचं काम काय, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाले काय काम करतात, तर ह्यांचं काम आहे की कंपनीला दिशा दाखवणं, की काय बरोबर आहे काय चुकीचं आहे. ठीक आहे. फॅक्टरीमध्ये आपण ही कामं करतो का?
नाही नाही.
फॅक्टरीमध्ये आपण फक्त काम करतो. ठीक आहे. त्याच्यामुळे हे दिशा दाखवणे वगैरे हे कधी करू शकतो आपण, जेव्हा आपण अकाउंटंट रेकॉर्ड मेंटेन करतो, लॉयर आपल्याला कायदा सांगतो, आपण कंपनीचं ऑडिट करतो, तेव्हा आपल्याला कळतं की आपली कंपनी नीट चाललीये का चुकीची चाललीये, आपण काय सुधारणा करू शकतो. ठीक आहे. तर हे सगळं आपण हा खर्च कुठे टाकणार, तर ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ओव्हरहेड्स मध्ये टाकणार. ठीक आहे. समजलं का आता?
हा समजलं.
मला वाटतं मी जेव्हा हिंदीत किंवा मराठीत सांगतो तेव्हा लवकर समजतं. तर मला काही समजलं नाही की लगेच विचारा, मी लगेच सांगतो. ठीक आहे. काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही. तर कंटिन्यू करायचं.
हो चालेल. त्याच्यानंतर अजून काही ग्रुप्स आहेत, त्यांचं नाव आहे सेलिंग ओव्हरहेड्स आणि डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ओव्हरहेड्स. ठीक आहे. आपण जो ऍडव्हर्टाइजमेंटचा खर्च करतो किंवा व्हॉट एव्हर एक्सपेंडिचर वी आर डुईंग इन सेल्स प्रमोशन एक्सपेंडिचर, मार्केट रिसर्च, बेसिकली मार्केटिंग करण्यासाठी we will call it as selling overheads. Now tell me, what is the qualification you require for doing marketing? MBA, BCom.
MBA marketing.
It can either be MBA marketing or someone who has done some specialized course on marketing. Okay, it can be anybody. So what he will do, this person, he will go into the market, he will see whether there is demand for the product, he will do market research. After that, he will see how the other products are doing advertisement. For example, if I am launching a mobile, I will see the advertisement of iPhone, Samsung, Oppo, Vivo. And after that, after I have seen those advertisements, after I have done market research, I will do advertisement expenditure on my own. And I will also incur some sales promotion expenses. Okay. Now after this, I will either go from door to door for selling the product. If that is the case, I will give commission to the agents, or else what I will do is I will open a store for selling them. Okay. So all this expenditure will group under head selling overheads. Now let's see what is distribution overheads. Now we have manufactured the product, we have converted the raw material into finished goods. Okay. But unless there is demand in the market, we are not going to supply that product. So we are going to store all these goods and services in a warehouse rent. Okay, we are going to store all these goods in warehouse. Okay, so we have to give the warehouse rent. Then while transportation, there is always a risk that someone is going to stop the vehicle and snatch away all the goods. Okay, it can either be the police officers, or it can be dacoits or thieves or criminals. Okay, so there is always a risk that your goods will be destroyed when they are in transportation. So what we will do, we will also take transit insurance. ठीक आहे, इन्शुरन्स काढायचा. त्याच्यानंतर
व्हॉट असतो तो,
येस,
तो इन्शुरन्स कशासाठी काढायचा असतो, गरजेचा असतो का काढणं?
हा, आता जर इन्शुरन्स काढला नाही तर काय होईल, समजा आपले गुड्स खराब झाले किंवा डिस्ट्रॉय झाले, तर आपले गुड्सचे पैसे गेले. तर आपण जर इन्शुरन्स काढलं तर त्याचा एक पर्सेंटेज आपल्याला मिळतो. ठीक आहे, एक 80% पर्यंत आपल्याला त्याची व्हॅल्यू मिळते परत. ठीक आहे. तर आपले गुड्स डिस्ट्रॉय होऊ नयेत म्हणून आपण हे इन्शुरन्स काढून ठेवायचं. आपला व्हेकल इन्शुरन्स असतो, तसंच ट्रान्सपोर्ट जर का गुड्स आपण करत असेल तर आपण ट्रान्झिट इन्शुरन्स काढायचं. ठीक आहे.
त्याचा उपयोग काय होतो मग, म्हणजे ते कशासाठी होतं ते?
आता हे समजा गुड्स खराब झाले तर आपण एक क्लेम करायचं इन्शुरन्स कंपनीला की आमचे गुड्स डिस्ट्रॉय झाले, हे कारण आहेत, आम्ही तुमचा प्रीमियम भरलेला आहे, आम्हाला आमचा क्लेम द्या. मग इन्शुरन्स कंपनीवाले काय करणार, ते ऑन द स्पॉट जाणार, ते बघणार की केस काय आहे, खरंच झाले का, त्यांनी जी कारणं सांगितली ती बरोबर आहेत का, ह्याचं रिपेअरिंग होऊ शकतो का, हे जो खराब झालेला माल आहे हा विकून आपल्याला काय पैसे मिळू शकतात का. तर हे सगळं झाल्यावर ते ठरवणार की किती क्लेम द्यायचा आहे, त्यांनी इन्शुरन्स काढलाय त्याला. ठीक आहे.
आणि गरजेचं असतं का?
गरजेचं असतं म्हणजे आता तू जर का सोनं ट्रान्सपोर्ट करत असशील तर त्याचा इन्शुरन्स काढशील का नाही.
हा, काढणार ना.
तू समजा BMW 4 मॅन्युफॅक्चर करून पाठवत असशील इकडे तिकडे, एका BMW ची किंमत किती असते. तर समजा गुड्स खूपच व्हॅल्युएबल असतील तर इन्शुरन्स काढायचं. आता जर का तू ऊस किंवा गहू ट्रान्सपोर्ट करत असशील तर इन्शुरन्स काढायची गरज आहे का, नाही. ठीक आहे.
आलं लक्षात.
तर ते डिपेंड करतं की तू कसला माल हे करत आहेस, ट्रान्सपोर्ट करत आहेस, कसले गुड्स ट्रान्सपोर्ट करत आहेस. ठीक आहे. आफ्टर दॅट डिलिव्हरी व्हॅन्स. Delivery vans, relation to repairs and maintenance, all the expenditure. Okay, it is basically incurred in transportation. It is basically incurred in transportation. So, all this expenditure we will include in distribution overheads. Okay. तुम्हाला logistics म्हणजे काय माहिती आहे का? What is logistics?
नाव ऐकून आहे पण काय असतं ते?
तुम्ही आता 3rd year मध्ये आहात यार.
सांगा तेवढंच कळेल.
नाही अजिबात नाही.
त्या शब्दाचा अर्थ
हे लिहून घ्या टर्म हा तुम्ही स्वतःच गुगल करायचंय, सर्च करायचंय. हे खूपच मोठी कन्सेप्ट आहे, करोडो रुपयाची कन्सेप्ट आहे ही. चलो, हे कळालं का आता सेलिंग ओव्हरहेड, डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ओव्हरहेड काय असतं.
हो सर.
ओके. आता ह्यांचा कंट्रोल कसा करायचा, हाऊ टू कंट्रोल दीज ओव्हरहेड्स. आपण आधी हे शिकलं का बरं. व्हाय आर वी लर्निंग दिस, so that we can understand the nature of expenditure, whether it is controllable or not controllable, and then if it is controllable we can use the measures for reducing the cost. Okay, there are two concepts. First one is cost reduction and the second one is cost control. Okay, now tell me which one is temporary, cost control or cost reduction.
Cost reduction.
Okay, cost control is temporary and cost reduction is permanent. Now understand with the example what is cost control. Imagine that I have one coffee machine. Okay, the coffee machine expenditure for last year was 1,50,000. Okay. We have incurred this 1,50,000 cost after coffee was ordered by 15,000 times. Okay, we have ordered coffee for 15,000 times. Now, how many people are there in the organization? There are 1,500 people in the organization. So you can understand that every person has ordered at least coffee 10 times in one entire year. Okay, now if I say that please don't drink a lot of coffee and all, this 10 times is only going to be reduced to either 8 times or 5 times. Okay, will it ever become 0? Yes, will it suddenly become 0?
No,
Sometimes it can also become again 14. Okay, if someone is, someone wants it, then he may either also take 14. So you can understand it is temporary. You cannot
Temporary.
achieve a permanent reduction in this. Okay. In the first year it will be 8, then in the second year it will be 5, then again in the third year it will become 14, then fifth year it will become 0. So this control,
Mm.
cost control, it is temporary. It is not permanent in nature.
Mm.
Now what I will do here now is, I will make a contract with a caterer with the cost of giving us coffee unlimited for 1 year is 15,000 rupees. Okay, unlimited coffee for 15,000 rupees for one entire year. Okay, this is a catering contract.
Mm.
Now, because coffee machine is not being used in the company, people are not preferring having coffee. Also, only the people who have urgent need of drinking coffee, only they are ordering from the caterer that we want a coffee. And so you can understand what is the cost that has been reduced in 1 year.
One lakh 35,000.
1,35,000.
Okay. If you see this figure, this is going to be the face of the manager. Will he say that we need a coffee machine? Yes. Will he say that we should have a coffee machine? We need not entering into a catering contract? No, he will not say that. He will say that catering contract is good. Not just that, this caterer, he will give additional 1,500 rupees as commission for doing good work. Okay. So what he has done is he has used some innovation and invention, and he has permanently reduced the cost. Okay. This 15,000, it might be increased to 17,000 or 18,000 or 20,000. But you can see the difference, that this is what is called as cost reduction. It is permanent in nature. It is what? It is permanent in nature. I hope you have understood my example, what I have given.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what
Yes,
are we
sir.
trying to do? Are we trying to do cost reduction or are we trying to do cost control here? We are trying to do cost control. What is cost control?
Control.
It is temporary. Is it permanent?
Mm.
So
Mhm.
whatever we are doing, we are only doing for 1 year. We are not thinking about 10 years or 20 years or the next 100 years. Okay, it is something temporary. It is basically depending upon the person who is in the managerial position or who is doing the audit and all. Okay, so remember these concepts: cost control, cost reduction. These are billion-dollar concepts, huh? Very important concepts. They will always ask you objectives on such questions, that what is the difference between cost control, cost reduction and all. So remember this. Now let's see how we will control these overheads. First, let's see selling overheads. Now tell me, what are the examples of selling overheads? Okay, if you have any problem remembering the examples, what you can do is remember the qualification. Yes, you are saying something?
Carriage outward.
Yes, carriage outward. That is a very good
Warehouse.
example. Once again. Yes, tell me, carriage outward, is it a distribution overhead or a selling overhead?
Selling overhead.
It is a distribution overhead.
Distribution is. Mm.
Why? Because
it is relation to transportation. Then after this, yes, example of selling overheads. Come on. Commission on sales, commission given to the agent, then
Yes.
advertisement,
Advertisement,
traveling expense,
repairs and renewals of warehouses. Sorry.
then market research. Okay, so what we will do, we will make a list of all these expenses. Okay, then we will do the analysis that for 2019 and 2020, what were the expenditure. Okay, we will make this comparison. Here in 2019, we will have the figure as 50 lakh, and in 2020 we will have the figure as 95 lakh. Okay, this is your selling overheads. Okay, only 10 minutes are remaining. I will just wrap this up. See, you can understand that there is a considerable increase of 45 lakhs of overheads. Okay, it is not the case that we have spent a lot of selling overheads. The case might also be that we have also made a lot of sales. So we will compare this with sales also. Sales of the company last year were 10 crores. This year the sales are 25 crores. So you can understand, if you are selling more, you have to pay more commission, more, you have to do more market research and all. So what we will do, whatever results are there, we will compare them. We will use a budget, we will use a standard to see whether this expenditure is reasonable or not. Okay, if it is reasonable and we have the explanation and all, we will record it. If it is not reasonable, we will see who is accountable for unnecessary expenditure. Okay, who is accountable for unnecessary expenditure. Okay, I hope you have understood everything till now. The remaining part we will take tomorrow. Let me just okay, 11 people are there now. Let me just give you an introduction of me once again. Okay, this is the introduction of me as a teacher. So who am I? I am a chartered accountant. I have completed my CA last year. Then I am also assistant professor in commerce. That means I have qualified the NET exam also. Then I have done my masters in commerce and bachelor's in commerce from GMCC. MCom and BCom I have done from BMCC. I have a lot of other jobs, like I am also a digital creator. The PPT that you are seeing just now, it is also something I have created digitally. So I am doing that under the name PK Edits. Then I have my own classes, PK classes. It is basically for CA students or BCom and MCom students also, and even 11th, 12th, only commerce related. Okay, 11th and 12th, everything related to commerce. Also, there are some BBA, BBIB and MBA students right now, but I don't have a lot of specialization in that. I'm only teaching them accounts. I also have a YouTube channel with the name Pawan Karad. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on this ID. And I am also doing UPSC. Okay, I am also studying for UPSC. So outside the syllabus, even if you have any questions, not just costing and all, you can ask me.
Okay, so this was just a small introduction of me. I hope that this will help you to gain a more understanding about me as a teacher. Chalo, write your attendance in the chat box, and if you have any questions relating to today's topic, ask me now. Okay, not just today's topic, anything you want to ask me now. Only 5 minutes are remaining.
सर लेट एडमिट हो गए मैं.
Yes, no worries. I am uploading. Means if you want, I will upload. If you don't want, I will not upload this lecture. That you can see it. Just tell me if you want. I will send you the link after uploading. Okay, shall we stop? Has everyone written their attendance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, I think everyone has written their attendance. Chalo, thank you everyone.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, sir.